Okay, so things are recording. So if you have not had a chance to listen to Tanya's video, Tanya got a good training yesterday from some people that went to the One Team One Mission in Chicago. So there's some good tips on how we should train new DTs. And there's some really good dialogue in the video and then in the comments about how we should be reaching out to people to get coffee dates, wrap people, cold message, warm message. So did you want to add anything to that, Tanya?
Just what I said in the video, it's better with the video right now because I don't have my notes with me.
Right.
But, yeah, the biggest thing I got was about how to score with 4 or fast 4 and then secure with 7. So you need to watch the video and so Christy knows that you watched the video.
It's awesome.
Put in the comments what fast 4 and secure 7 mean and why it's important. We'll give everyone a little homework. How's that sound, Christy? We haven't done that in a while.
No, we haven't. And when Tanya and I first joined at Works, to be commission qualified, besides the auto ship, you needed 400 PBV. So
yes.
You know how nowadays people are like, oh my God, 150, I can never do that. You needed 400 back then,
Yes, you did.
And with the way that they said to get your loyal customers right away with new distributors, they're saying get 7. Because that way you're going to have extra volume, you're going to have wiggle room in case someone's auto ship doesn't go through with those bonuses and everything. It's good. Y'all need to watch it. Absolutely. So then, Sarah, you and Sherry are up. You guys can do your thing about loyal customers. We're recording right now. And I'm just going to mute myself and listen to your lovely voices.
Sounds good. Okay, so I figured I'd just introduce kind of what we're going to talk about. So we've had some questions from a lot of newbies and not so newbies about customer retention or how to go about talking to your loyals about credit card declines or trying to get them to stick with you past those 3 months. Sherry, I'm sure, has some really good tips on getting past those 3 months because, she's so good with her words. Let's be honest. But something that I wanted to share with you guys, I'm going to bring up a conversation I had with actually Courtney. We just talked about this last night, and she had someone whose credit card declined, and so how to go about kind of talking with them about this kind of touchy matter. So usually what I say is I usually say hey Courtney, I just want to touch base with you and see how you were liking everything, say if this is within their 3 months of ordering. And just to let you know that your card declined for your last order. This isn't a big deal, don't worry. Most cards are switching over to the chip. So most likely we just have to update your card and that's it. So I just send it to them and they usually say, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about it, and blah, 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 blah. And then you help walk them through how to update their card information, whether you have their login information or they have their login information. You just log in and you click, I think it's payment options or something, card information, and you can update the card number on there. And then you can, I believe you can reprocess since it's before the 25th. So that way you can get that volume for a month.
And here's something, let's say that it's after the 25th. We can put a ticket in and it'll still process. So obviously we want everything to go through before, but if you put a ticket in on the 28th and this person wants their auto ship to run, it works as not going to say, I don't want the volume, we're not running it. But obviously we don't want 100,000 people doing that on the last few days of the month. So,
right. Right. Sherry, what do you send?
I never say decline ever. So all that I will say is that your card had issues processing. That's what I say. Because if people hear decline, then they're like, it's kind of embarrassing, where people are like, oh my God, this girl thinks I have no money. Maybe I'm not going to respond back. I always just say it had issues processing. And again, I say, like you, Sarah, I say it's not a big deal. And just kind of go over the steps of why it may have like the chip and that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't ever say declined. I just say issues with processing.
Yeah. I like that too. I usually add in, it's not a big deal. Most people are getting new cards with the chips in them, so it has been happening a lot. LOL.
Yeah.
Right.
And then too, like, if they say they haven't gotten a new card or anything, it's usually insufficient funds or their address like got changed or something. And again, that's pretty easy to, oh my gosh, the dog farted. Oh my gosh. That's pretty easy to go in there and edit as well. So there should be an option for addresses in their account. And then say like their order was trying to process on Thursday, but they get paid on a Friday or something. They can just go in and try it again, on that Friday. So I've had that happen as well. So.
But if you can prevent that, I always try to prevent that as much as I can, because people can go in and change the date of their auto ships as well. Or if you have that information, you can go in and change. Like if the person has an issue with it going through a Thursday or whatever, you can go ahead and push that back till Friday till they do have those funds. They just can't be any later than the 25th, obviously. But I've done that for people too, where you just change the date so that it's easier on everybody, so that they don't have that embarrassment of the card not processing.
So Sherry, at conference, when you showed me how you kind of kept track of your loyal customer counts and everything and who they are and just like their details, it really kind of hit home, and it spoke to my green in me. And so kind of moving into like the retention part, I am a firm believer ever since like seeing how Sherry, like her retention is so high and why it's so high and just some of her strategies. Mine has also shifted into a little higher as well. So this is what I do. Sherry, I'm sure will say how she does hers, but I just keep a running list of my loyals. So every time I sign up a loyal, I write their name, the date enrolled, their ID number, who I placed them under, and then their phone number. The date enrolled, I use it so that way like every month I'm checking up with them before their auto ship runs, just to make sure that everything is taken care of and that they know that things are going to be processed. Their ID number, just in case I have to call, so that way I know their ID number, who they're placed under, so I can look them up pretty easily if I ever need to, and then their phone number to be able to text them like when BOGO's going on. It's a little bit more personal, and let them know that everything or what's going on, or even if that's their main way of communication. But Sherry, this, like I said, this really hit home with me when you told me about how you do it, I think in Excel. And it's really helped to keep things neat.
Yes. Yep. So I do the same exact thing with the list the same way. And a lot of times I need that ID number because I'm the one who's controlling a lot of my accounts. I think that's super important as well, that the less people have to do with their accounts, kind of the better, because I think it gets really confusing for people. So when you can go in and just be like, especially when you have that information, their auto ship's going to run, let's say the 25th, and you can talk to them on the 20th and be like, okay, you know, are you happy with your thermal fits? Maybe that's what they got before. And are you happy with that? And if so, do you want to continue or do you want to try something new? You know, you can just kind of go from there in your conversation, and then you can just hop in and be the one to change that for them on whatever they decide. You know, hopefully with the constant communication, at least you can either get them getting more things or maybe something that they're would rather like, you know, instead maybe something's not working out 100% for them, so you can always just switch it up for them.
Right. That too. I keep a running total of anybody who I control their account, like say my mom, mother-in-law, or just lately that's how we've been signing people up. We don't really send them our website to go sign up. We take their information from them. We just be like, oh yeah, I can get your account started right now if you'd like. I posted how I signed up a loyal today. This is how I sign up like all my loyals, but screenshotted our conversation, put it in 160 for you guys. But that way you have their name, their login ID, and the password that you created. After that, I usually give them my website and their login information just in case, like, if they like doing things on their own, you know, I mean, I did. Or, you know, like I usually almost always give them my website regardless, and I tell them like, okay, go on, take a look at everything. If there's something that you really like, you just let me know and I'll get it ordered for you. Like, you know, you'll always get your discount, so don't worry about that. You just let me know what you want, when you want it, and I will take care of you. So I've had, you know, good luck with that too. And then that way too, they can't cancel their accounts when they don't know how to just shut off their auto ships.
Right. Can I stop for a second here? What questions do y'all have about loyal customers so far for Sarah and Sherry? Like organizing them or gathering them or retaining them? And if you don't have anything right now and something pops up, you can always ask. But, you know, does everyone feel good with the organization piece? Because to be honest, I suck at keeping track of loyal customers. I do. Because it's just, you have to have your shit together because you have auto ships running on different dates. You have different products happening. You're having to check in because the thing is with loyal customers, that's our bread and butter of our business. Like if you don't have loyal customers, you're not promoting, you're not making money. So, for example, I have a loyal customer who's been a loyal for, I think, 2 years. And every month she orders Confianza for the last 2 years. Awesome, great. I'll message her and I'll ask her how things are going. I'll message her and say, hey, you have 200 perk points? Nothing. She ignores me. And then the other day I had posted an event, we're doing about bring your wraps to this party, even if you don't want to buy any and you have some and we'll wrap you, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, you know, I don't think I'm wrapping right. Can you try wrapping me once? And this is 2 years, okay? So when you're following up with that customer service piece, we need to make sure, are they using the products? Because I have a lot of loyal customers that keep the products on the shelf, and then they'll say, I want to quit my auto ship because the products don't work. Okay, why don't they work? Well, I'm not using them. Well, yeah, that's going to be a problem. So think of your loyal customers as like your foundation of the business. So here's something that some of you might not know is there's a car bonus. So if you have 60 loyal customers, and if their volume, they don't all have to be ordering, but if their volume's at 3,000 volume a month, you get an extra $600 a month on top of all your other commissions. So there's some fun things that you can do with loyals, and there's some fun ways that you can get extra money with loyal customers as well. So, you know, that's a fun one. Maybe you don't want to have a big team right now, but if you can rock and roll the loyal customers and build that up, that's $600 extra on top of the 15% commission, you know?
With 60 loyal customers. Like,
right.
That's a lot.
And it is a lot, but if we're retaining our loyal customers and if we're having really good customer service, you know, it does add up, especially when you're an awesome loyal customer recruiter like Sherry and Sarah, who get them all the time. You know, they do start to add up, and it's like, okay, keep them happy, you know, because if you're looking, I'm just going to interrupt once and then I'm going to shut up. If you're looking at a chart, okay, each of those boxes says 400. So even if you have the whole chart filled out, but you don't have the volume, you're not promoting. No one's promoting. So, and if people aren't using the products, you know, none of it flows together. So, anywho, that's my 2 cents.
Spot on. It's so spot on. So it's like, with this, you gotta have a little sense of customer service while you're doing this. Like, it's so true that like the more time and effort you put into your existing loyal customers, the more you're gonna get out of them. That's gonna help with retention, and also when their friends are looking to lose weight or grow their hair out or look for energy or something, you know, or like say one of their friends posts on Facebook like looking for some weight loss stuff, like blah 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 blah. They're gonna think of you. They're gonna tag you in those posts. They're gonna talk about you and your experience with these products to their friends. I bet you I've had a quarter of the people that I've signed up are referrals because they like that I'm always checking in. They like that it's not so pushy, but you care about like their life and like making sure they're fit with the right product because like Sherry, I didn't know I was misusing ThermoFit until she told me. But, you know, like I wouldn't have known that. But I got to pass it on to my loyal customers as well to make sure that they're using the products properly. And, you know, taking that extra couple minutes of explaining things really does make a difference. And, yeah, Sherry, again, something I learned from you.
Well, and what if you only have 7 loyal customers, okay? But what if they're all active? And what if you are taking care of them and finding out what their needs are and helping them change products as they need them? And what if they never quit that auto ship? You know, having 7 active loyal customers is better than having 50 inactive ones.
Yep, exactly.
You know, so it's quantity over quality. And like Sarah said, you want to be the it works girl. Like the Avon lady, the Mary Kay lady back in the day. You know, if someone brings up the skinny wrap, I want them to think of my name and be like, you got to get a hold of Christy. I know she sells these. Mm-hmm. You know, you want to be known. So again, like Sarah was saying with your customer service, you know, if people are like, I don't know if Sarah's company has anything, but you should call her because she'll be able to help you figure it out. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. So,
well, and right now, like with so many people that have done It Works or like have been distributors and everything, but like they sign up and they don't really do anything, you know, like a lot of people, why they haven't tried It Works, they've had a ton of friends who have done it, but they haven't themselves done it. It's because like they see people sign up and do it and then they quit. You know, you want to be that constant person, kind of like, I'm going off on a tangent here, but you always want to be that person that is always consistently posting, always consistently following up, because Fortune is in the follow-up, Jade Hooper, and always reaching out like when there's deals, because you never know. Like there's this girl, I think it was like last BOGO. I've been talking to her since the day I signed up. So it's been over a year, and she finally, this last BOGO, signed up, but she ignored me. But she finally did it, and now we talk all the time. But, you know, so you don't know. So you want to be that one that sticks in their head. Like, even if it's like you get the mean comments on your Facebook posts, or, you know, they're mean to you, or they make comments to you, or, you know, whatever it might be, or if they're not happy with something and they just got to get it out, you know. We all get frustrated every once in a while. But be nice. Your customer service matters. So maybe you might, you know, that loyal customer might not work out, but they're going to remember how nice you were, and they're going to, you know, again, refer your name. So I've had that happen too, where like, you know, someone just says, you know, the products aren't for me. but hey, you got to hit this girl up. You know, it was so awesome.
Right.
So
Well,
as much as we hate to say that, but you know, so.
And I ran into a loyal customer tonight that I got 3 years ago. And I don't remember ever following up with her because it was at a period where my business had just exploded and I had way too much on my plate. And I said to her tonight after Mass, because our kids at church, I'm like, I did a really shitty job with following up with you, and I wanted to apologize. Like, I totally forgot about you, and even though it was a couple of years ago, and then she started talking to me about the products, and she hasn't ordered in 2 years. And, you know, we're talking about the BOGO. So even if there are some people on this call right now that have loyal customers that they totally dropped the ball on, message them and be like, you know what? My customer service with you and making sure you were using the products and you were satisfied was not really impressive. I want to apologize. And just be kind of real with them and then start a conversation. See if they have the products on their shelf still and get them to start using it again, because then after they start using them and they fall in love with the products, they're going to start ordering again. So it's never too late.
Yeah. Sherry, any tips? I take all my secrets from you, so.
I guess a lot of like just to get loyal customers, my biggest secret there is just to use the product. You know, you need to run your auto ship for a reason. Not only to get the wraps on people, but, you know, start using them, you know, find a product that you just fall in love with. That's my thing. I mean, I love the system, so that's what I do. And, you know, keep those before and after pictures, or have those testimonies that you can say what the greens did for you and different things. I think that's super important. That's how I've gotten a ton of my loyal customers, because people see my pictures and sometimes they just come out of the woodwork because they're like, I need to lose weight, I need to do this, and you know, and then following up with people liking and commenting on your pictures on Facebook, or even you know, in Instagram. Those have been really big for me as well. Even if they don't respond back, I mean, at least you're out there and, you know, people are liking your stuff. They're seeing it, you know. And I guess a couple other big things are, don't be afraid to message people. I know, especially with BOGO going on, I think it's a prime opportunity, even if no one has expressed interest in it in the past. Like I used Sarah's script last week and got those 6 loyal customers. I mean, you guys, I was messaging people I never thought that would ever try our products, but one person was like, oh my gosh, I'm having trouble with my arms. I need to wrap my arms. I'm going on vacation in January. I was like, okay, perfect. Another girl is like, I've seen your pictures. They're so amazing, and I need to lose 20 pounds. You know, I mean, and these people don't like or comment on anything of mine at all. Never have they ever.
But they watch.
Yeah, exactly. So, and finally, I just got to that point where I'm like, you know what? I'm just messaging everyone. And I made my messages personal. So, you know, I put their name out there and just not, hey girl, or, you know, something like that. I used, you know, hey Darla, hey Renee, you know, that sort of thing. And then went on with the message. So I did change it for each person, which helped a lot, I think, too, because because these women are not girls, you know, they're in their 50s. A couple of these women are. So who wants to say or hear, hey girl, you know, when they're 50 years old. And then, yeah, that's kind of like some of my big tips. But I think the biggest one is to get on a product that you love and you can stand by that product and show what a difference it's making in your life, because that is relatable to everyone. It doesn't matter. You know, it's just going to be relatable to what you're doing. You know, as long as people can see a difference in your life, then they know the product does work, no matter what product it is, and no matter if they take that same product or they're using something else.
And post about it constantly.
Yeah.
Like, I really feel like that's why some people are really good at loyals or getting distributors. Like, say, let's take Jocelyn Yates, for example. Why she's like a mass recruiter is because that's all she posts about. She posts her story, 6 times a day. You know, she uses the same story over and over and over. She just changes the words a little bit, but that's what she gets. So if you're wanting, you know, people, you want a lot of volume really fast, post about the system, like post about like just the weight loss products in general, but post mostly about the system, and that's what people are going to come and ask you about, you know, or like people are going to like and comment on those things. But like when you're using a product, post about it. Post like every 2 days or something like that. Post your story about a product. Like we use almost everything, and we take pictures with it, so they know it's us using it. We're holding it and we're smiling, taking a cute selfie or whatever, and so they can see we're using it. And then if you can get your own before and afters, that's even better. Sherry, I think that's one of the big things that like really impacted a lot of your loyal customers that signed up for the system too, is because of your amazing before and afters. But you took before and afters, you know, so no matter how insignificant they feel, like say you're just doing hair, skin, and nails for a couple weeks, or just, you know, something. Take before and after pictures, or greens. Like my mother-in-law, like this whole summer, she consistently lost 1 pound per week just using the greens, nothing else. You know, so it's just, you don't know what product that you're using could impact someone else as well.
Exactly.
Well, in that way, when you're using the products, you can be passionate about it, and you can be passionate about your results, and passion is what sells people. Whether they join your team or use the products, it's the passion. So if you're not using the products and you're just using images off of Google about the greens or the hair, skin, and nail, you're not going to get a lot of action, just to be honest. If you feel like it's just going to be easy, you can post the system or the greens and people are just going to jump all over you and want to sign up. They're not. You need to talk about the products. You need to say how they're changing your life, how they're making you feel, and be passionate about it. You know, and especially with Sherry's weight loss, everyone's jumping out of the woodwork because they watched her to see her fail, and she did it. So now they're like, okay, homegirl's lost all this weight. She's so flippin' excited about this. She's got skinny jeans on. She's got new shirt on that's tight, whatever. Okay, now I want what she has. So it's finding that excitement. And whether you get excited about the wrap or whether you get excited about the greens, whatever, just find something to be excited about. And you can post about that 4 times a day. If it's the wrap every time, who cares? Or the hair, skin, and nail every time? You know, who cares? Right. You got to find your thing. Like Jasmine, I know she gets a lot of people for hair, skin, and nails because she posts about the mermaid challenge all the time. But I'm a strong believer in, like, if you can take your own picture or make your own picture collage or do something, like whether it's just, you know, you holding it or it's a picture of, like, you know, your hand holding it, that's going to help with how many people on Facebook see your post, because it's a new picture. Facebook doesn't recognize that. And it's not like anybody else's, and people know it's you. You know, you can switch, you can do like the same picture over and over and over of, like, say, ThermoFit, Fat Fighters, Vital, Confianza. Looks like the same exact picture, but it's different, and you can write up your own thing. I think, Sherry, you'll probably be with me on this one. The less salesy you can be with your post as well, the better. So you want to be telling a story. You want to hit home with those feelings, like talking about how this girl must have felt or how you felt using these products, or this is what the products do. This is how they made me feel looking in the mirror after I used these things, you know, because it's true, you know, like no one really cares about
probiotics are going to help you poop better. Like,
oh my
one really
God.
cares.
Probiotics are so amazing.
They
You guys,
are,
I just
she just
started them.
right? Like,
Yeah, I just
her
started it 10 days ago. Okay. So I take a lot of our products, and I know this is going to be too much information, but I don't care. So I started taking it. Then like 2 days later, I got my period, and I had absolutely no bloating, nothing. It was so amazing. Like my stomach was still just like regular. Yeah, I mean, it was just like no bloating, and I didn't feel fat or anything with the probiotic. It was just so amazing. I love it.
Well, and I
So
told
sorry
her
for
today,
too
I'm
much
like,
information.
you need to post about this because this is what people want to hear. She got the probiotic from me last week. And in a week and a half, she can notice that she's not bloated. Her stomach is flat. And that's freaking awesome. What woman does not want a flat stomach by taking a little pill for about $1 a day, once a day?
Right.
You know?
Mhm.
Yeah. They're so
Right.
awesome.
So like,
I noticed.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I noticed a huge difference, and I mean I take a lot of our products. I take all of our vitamins. I take hair, skin, and nails. I take Relief. I take ThermoFit. I take Fat Fighters. I take a lot, and and then threw the probiotic in there, and I could still tell a difference. So I think it's really good too how all of our products are made to work with each other as well. I mean, and it's like you're not overloading on anything. I mean, I take all that plus I wrap plus the facial. I use our whole facial line. I even did my cleanse this week and everything, and everything is just working together, and it's awesome.
Good. It's so perfect too, but like back to the point is like, who wants to talk about their cycles or their their schedules? No one really wants to do that. But like when you hear someone else like going through something similar to you, like how a lot of us women have, it's very painful to go through those things, or they bloat quite a bit, or maybe they're irregular, and something like this helps. They might not like or comment on your post because they're too embarrassed, but they might message you because you were excited about this, or you're telling somebody else's story and you're hitting home with them, and it makes a huge difference. It really does. There is one more thing I'd like to talk about too is like when you are talking with your loyals, to just make sure you have a list of your loyals and make sure you're talking with them as much as possible. When you have a good relationship with your loyals, a lot of times they turn into distributors. Courtney, Shay, Christina, a lot of my rock stars were some of my first loyals, and it really says something like when you're in constant contact with them, if you're always there for them, you're always there to answer questions, or to tweak things, or just even to conversate. A lot of times those good relationships with your loyals carries into them wanting to be a distributor too, because they want what you have, or you made a really good impression.
What's the statistic? We just heard it at a One Team, One Mission of loyal customers that turn into distributors. Is it like 30%?
Oh no, I thought it was like 70. I thought it was over half.
It's really high, y'all. Because a lot of people, when they hear business, they get really afraid because they don't have enough faith in themselves to just jump in and be crazy like some of the rest of us. But after they start using the products and they get comfortable with the results and they want to start making money, it's a really high number of It Works distributors. Yeah, you were. Yep.
I was the loyal first.
Yep.
I was crazy.
I was crazy too, but I'm not patient enough to wait on results. But another good reason why to have such a great relationship and customer service with those loyals, because let's just say the magic number is over 50% of loyals will turn into distributors. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. And then they already have this background knowledge of the products and they're excited about it. So that takes out such a big piece of the training and getting them, you know, into the business. So yeah, it's huge. So does anyone have questions about loyals? Like we were saying, getting them, retaining them. And you know what? I really challenge you to the loyal customers that have dropped off, reach out to them and just try to strike up a conversation, not a BOGO's back, but a, hey, how's it going? You know, and then as the conversation evolves, maybe you can find out, you know, were they happy with the products? Do they use the products? Would they be willing to jump back on board and use the ones they have on their shelves? Not even that you're trying to get a new sale, but hey, let's use up what you have on your shelf and see if you like the results you get. You know, but I really challenge y'all to do that because timing is everything. So maybe someone jumped on board, they were a loyal customer, they have 6 months worth of product they've never touched, but maybe a parent passed away or they got so busy with life they just put everything on the back shelf. You know, try to start that relationship up again and bridge that gap, because I promise you that, you know, it's embarrassing for us to reach out to someone that we haven't done a good job with, but it's equally, if not more embarrassing for them to reach out to us and say, I've never used the products and I have $1,000 on my shelf. What do I do? You know,
Yep.
So be that bigger person and reach out and see if you can help get them on track with things and just be a friend and see where it kind of goes from there, you know? So does anyone have any questions? Sorry, I asked if you did and then I started talking. Angelica's like, oh my gosh, there's all this information. I don't even know the loyal customer.
She was a rock star
okay,
before. So she's okay.
It's okay.
It's all good. She's probably gonna show us all up anyways. So
Good. That'd be awesome. I love when people beat me. So no questions for anyone? Everyone's feeling good about things?
Can you hear me this time?
Woo!
yeah.
I was kind of scared to try. I know I haven't been coming on to the meetings as often as I would like. My primary job that I have right now, I hate to say, we lost like half our employees. So like the last 3 weeks have really been very crazy. But however, Christy, you're awesome. Thank you for all the coupons, the Blitzen cards, and our little packet. I didn't find it till probably about 3 weeks after I got it. My kids shoved it somewhere in a little corner, you know, where they shove all my mail.
Mm-hmm.
So I found a lot of important things that day. I tell you that last time on the last video chat that I had got it. I don't really know what's going on with my website as far as they're saying they're not going to give me a check because something about my IRS. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Did you call them?
I did call them, but the one lady I talked to, she just really kind of frustrated me, so I kind of figured it was better for me to get off the phone before she got my ugly side. Not to let that girl come out too much. She is still in there very deeply. But I just figured I'd hold off a couple days. I got my website back up because I finally got my card switched over for my son's card and stuff like that. So I got that up. I've got my 2 loyals. They're going good, kind of going happy. I got some Defying Jail.
Woohoo!
Some Fat Fighters. So we're going to be seeing some new videos. I've been doing the wraps, which I just ordered to buy one, get one. I made it just in time. So I'm like,
Take before pictures.
yes, I do. I have pictures.
Okay.
You and Sarah. I'll show you my stomach after 2 of them. Y'all cannot judge me by my stomach because it's horrible. But needless to say, and my oldest child is 16. I haven't did no type of exercises in 16 years. Other than I do at work. I'm going to be totally honest. I'm lazy, and now that I've gotten older, I have no energy. The past 4 years is just me trying to work on not sleeping. Like I come home, want to take a nap. I cook supper, want to go back to bed. Like my kids and everybody's like, oh, you don't even talk to us no more. I'm like, well, that's okay. Everybody feels the same way. So that's one thing I'm struggling with is just my energy, just trying to keep up energy. I would normally be asleep, but I bought my husband's birthday is at the end of next month. So I bought him a 60-gallon aquarium. So he's up running around and all that while I was blitzing at the stores while I was doing that. So I kind of liked that. That was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. I do use them. I do blitz. I blitz at yard sales. I blitz at stores. If we don't go sit down and eat very often. We just don't have it right now like that. But when we do, I leave one there. I kind of leave one in the drive-through window when you give them, the change. I just slip it to them real quick. So, I mean, I do blitz a lot. I haven't got nothing back on it yet, but I do that. Because that's more of I can get out of that comfort zone a little bit more than social media. Social media is, that's like jumping off a 300 cliff for me. That's what I'm trying to work on now. I have 2 parties I'm trying to plan. So hopefully within the next week and a half, we should be doing at least 1 party is what I'm trying to do.
Awesome.
One to do 1 week and then another to do another week. So that's why I got the 2 boxes of wraps. So I said, minimum of 4, no more than 8. Because I have, my 2 boxes. So I don't know how that's going to go, but hey, we're working on it and we're getting there.
It's going to go awesome. And, have your upline Skype in or Zoom in and do the party for you and you just wrap everyone.
Okay.
If you don't know what you're doing right away, because none of us do. And frankly, I still make Sherry come to parties with me because she rocks at them and I feel like I'm going to throw up on people.
Okay.
Sarah or Jasmine or whoever's that upline do the party via computer, and then you're just there kind of learning and then wrapping people and doing the before and after photos.
Okay.
I just volunteered you, Sarah. Sorry. Right? But yeah, we would, be more than willing to help you do that. So it's great. And here's the thing. If blitzing right now is so freaking scary, then focus on parties if you feel good about that. And it's easy cash. People come over, you're making that money right away. So it's a good way to make cash, get the product on people, because once the product's on them, they have a hard time saying no because they love the wrap so much.
Oh, yeah. Just for 2 wraps, you will see like a dramatic change in my stomach. I've lost 15 pounds. I don't know how exactly. I think that's kind of with the fat fighters and drinking water.
Mm-hmm.
I've never lost 15 pounds this quickly. And I've only been wrapping myself since I've been with the business. I haven't never did it out of this.
Then you need to post about that.
Okay.
You need to be like, holy smokes, I don't know what's going on, but so many weeks or days ago, I started taking this and this product, and 15 pounds has melted off me, and I don't know how because I don't exercise and I kind of eat like poop, but oh my God, it really does work. Like, do a post like that because you're keeping it real, you're excited, and people are going to relate to that versus if you're just showing other people's pictures or just photos of products, People are going to be like, all right, girl, what are you doing? How'd you lose 15 pounds? I want in.
Hey, here's Fat Fighters.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So, no, that would be a great post. And that's awesome that you lost weight.
Yes, because I have, after my second child was here, I was really big. I was pushing size 24. They were tight. They were really hard to get up, and I just refused not to buy any bigger clothes because I felt like the bigger I got, the more comfortable I got in them.
Isn't that what you said, Sherry? Weren't you just kind of like, all right, I'm done?
Yeah. So So throughout the years, I've tried a different stuff. I tried a lot of different stuff. Some work right offhand, and then they quit, and then some never started. Anyway, so for it to actually start working and I see it is like a big woohoo for me. So I was really excited about that.
That's awesome. And, talk about that. Talk about those experiences. And when you're kind of raw, people are going to connect to that emotion. Because people can relate to that. There's so many people that can relate to not being able to fit into their pants, being so fed up with refusing to get the next bigger size just so they're comfortable. And then they're going to reach out to like, okay, what are you doing? I do need help.
Okay. That's something I never even thought of.
Yeah. Yep, that's super relatable. So.
Yep, I'm going to have to do some woohoos.
Yep, absolutely. That's great. And if you need to talk about that 15 pounds 2 to 3 times a day for the next 3 months until you reach your next milestone of whatever, then do it. Because the way that things show up in other people's Facebook news feeds, not everyone sees it every time you post. So don't feel afraid to repeat that story and use different emojis or jazz it up or add a image, like a inspirational quote to it the next time. But keep using it because that's your story right now.
Right.
When Sherry focuses on her weight loss, it's, 85 pounds right now or whatever, because that's what she's lost. She still wants to lose more weight, but until she gets to that next big milestone, like this is what she focuses on to keep telling people about. So 15 pounds is great. Focus on that.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. Yay, that's so exciting. I love to just hear how the products work. They just work. They just do.
They just do, and I don't even know what the hell I did.
Exactly. Who cares? It just works.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly to the point to where I'm at now. And now that I see results, I get a little bit more excitement in my voice when I talk about it. Like, hey, girl, you just don't understand. Look, and I'll tell people, and I'll show pictures of myself. Look, don't judge me. Don't look at my stuff, whatever. But I'm going to show you what I came from.
Right.
And when I do, they're like, oh, like I showed one girl at Walmart when we were there looking at fish shit. And she was like, I'm calling you tomorrow and I'm getting a wrap. I'm like, you lucky I got one left till my shipment comes in.
Right.
So hopefully when she comes, that'll be a loyal customer. The more she thinks about it and she wants it. And I talk to her every time I go in there. So
and then you go in there and find her. If she doesn't call you in a few days, then you march your little sassy pants in there and you just be like, girl, you said you were going to call. You know you need this. Like, when do you get off work? When do you have $25? And then I'd say, you know what? You're fun. Are you on Facebook? Why aren't we Facebook friends yet?
I have her on Facebook and Snapchat. She's actually one of my neighbors.
So you can stalk her and follow up. That's perfect.
Yes. I stalk the hell out of her. I really, but I do. I really do.
That's awesome.
Facebook stalker. Hey, I'm learning Instagram really well. I just had a message yesterday when I did the Instagram to buy one, get one. And she was like, I want. So I hurried up and got my email on real quick. I mean, my website back on. And then I instantly messaged her and, gave her my site and told her to go on and look. I gave her my phone number. If she had any questions, she could call me. She hasn't called me today. So I'm going to wait till about tomorrow when I get off work about 2 o'clock. And just kind of tag her again and see how she's coming along or what she needs, if she needs any help with anything.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Now, anytime I'm telling y'all something on how I'm going to do it and I'm not doing it right, I need y'all to go, hey, you're not doing that right. I need that.
That's why I just told you to post those real life ones. That'll be better. Mm-hmm. Hey, wind and rain is coming through my windows, so y'all just keep talking.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so does anybody else have any questions about loyal retention, kind of attracting loyals, credit cards, anything like that?
That's where I'm trying to get to, is attracting customers. I'm not really too far on trying to get a distributor right now. Really because I just want to build from, get the customers and then slowly get to the loyals.
Okay.
So I wasn't
one
on.
thing we could work on with you is not sharing posts so much, because that's one of those things where like it's kind of a sweet spot to post between 3 and 5 times a day. But like when you share things, like when you're sharing videos or sharing other people's stuff, the amount of people who see any of your things goes down. So if you're posting more like things that you do, like posting pictures of your family or what you're doing during the day, saying, I'm so grateful I get to do this, and hey, I'm working on my phone. I got to talk with Katie about some fat fighters. And did you know fat fighters do this and this and this? Posting more original stuff to you. When you share stuff, your interaction levels go down, and that's for everybody. But the more you post about products and everything, the more interested people you're going to get. So you're probably not getting as many just because that's not the primary thing you post about. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah. So don't share videos or nothing like that. Mainly post.
Right. You can just maybe cut it down to like maybe once every couple days when it's a really good one or something like that. But because you share funny stuff. But
Yes.
More or less do organic stuff to you, like things about your life or the products that you're using. Even if it seems like a stupid post that nobody would like, just do something so people can start seeing your life.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So I posted today something about, oh my gosh, click my heart button. This is so cool. This makes me so happy. And then if you click the heart button, hearts go flying all over the Facebook page. I had like 50 people like it and like 12 people comment.
Yep. So, but yeah, exactly.
And when I was going to post it, I'm like, no one's going to like this, but I think it's cool. And then everyone's commenting and liking.
Yeah. So, people watch. Like how we were saying before, Sherry, like we're posting about things that are maybe a little taboo or people don't really want to talk about, like poop. You don't really talk about that on people's stuff, but it might be something that somebody needs to see. Mm-hmm. But if you're just constantly sharing stuff, or if you're sharing junk stuff, your interaction levels are going to go down. So even when you post good stuff, nobody's going to see it.
Right.
So at least, when you do stuff like the fun stuff, where like for me, what I do is I post wedding or engagement pictures or just cute selfies with Brady and do a sappy post, but then you get anywhere from 50 to 200 likes, and people are watching your stuff. So even if you might not get any likes on your It Works stuff, people are watching, because on those posts, those buffer posts, or those life posts, you are getting likes. So, people are watching, which is, again, Kirsty, it's so cool that that works. And that heart thing is so cool.
I know.
I think I hearted everybody's statuses today.
It's so crazy. It was so cool. And like I said, here's the thing. I'm starting to post now. I'm starting to shift because I felt like I was just trying to tailor everything around It Works. And I'm starting to shift where, you know what? It's my page. If I want to post about products, I'm going to post about products. If I want to put in my status some stupid little, oh my God, click my heart and see what happens, I'm going to. I don't care if I get 1 like or 4,000. Like, I'm just going to start posting things that I like. And by doing that, I'm going to be more authentic. And it's not going to feel salesy and like I'm spamming people just with It Works stuff. Mm-hmm. So I think when you want to do that, if you want to post a video or post a quote you like, copy it and then paste it to your page so it's not shared from whomever. But, feel free to mix it up because you never know who's going to like what and who's going to need to see it. And just kind of have fun with it too. I think at some point we got so serious with social media and with It Works, where it's like we have to do it this way. It has to be said a certain way. And there are some really good ways to say it and to get more responses, but have fun with it too,
Right.
And you know what, Sherry? If you want to type something up and say, these new probiotics blow my mind. I had no bloat when I got mine, and instead of spelling out period, you can put a dot for a period. Say it. Who cares? Because it's real, and think of most of your Facebook friends are women. They're going to relate to that. They're going to like that. If you talk about you're on the greens now and your pooping is awesome and regular, post about it, because think of how many other people are going to message you like, oh my God, I'm such a bad pooper. What are you taking? And if you don't want to say the word poop, then use the poop emoji, which is really chocolate ice cream, which is kind of weird, but that's okay.
Bring out those back stuff.
But, have fun with it. There's no reason why we can't post about It Works things and have fun with it. Because then when you're having fun, people see that passion, they like that excitement. And if you take that weirdness out of pooping or periods or bloating or stretch marks, then they're not going to feel weird and they're going to feel more open to want to reach out to you as well. Mm-hmm. Like if you're going to wrap Tabitha, and I've never seen your belly, so I don't know if you have stretch marks, but if you do and you're like, if you have a picture of just the wrap in front of you and someone takes your photo, you can be like, okay, I'm going to try to get rid of some of these tiger stripes. Wish me luck. Do that. How fun is that?
I got stretch marks that go all the way up to my neck, hell.
So say that. Be like, I got stretch marks from head to toe. I'm going to see if the skinny wrap can help me a little bit. What
and they have. They
right.
help.
So
you'll see pictures that I send you. Y'all see like how my stomach just goes out to where it kind of thins up just off of the two pictures I'm going to send you is off of 2 wraps.
Right. So you don't have to be all clinical and like, oh, I'm on my 2nd wrap. If you want to see my photos, message me. Screw that. You never need to show your photos if you don't want to. Make it fun. I'm getting rid of my stretch marks. Have a little selfie of you and your wrap before it goes on. Boom. There's a fun post.
Mm-hmm.
And
too, I've seen a difference. Christy, too. Actually, I've seen a difference in your posts because you're posting more about your life.
Right.
It's not always.
It works.
Yeah.
Because I was getting so stressed out. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm out on a date with my husband. I should post about how this is so awesome with It Works. And I'm like, screw that. I'm trying to be so programmed and rehearse it. And we just need to go back to having fun. That's going to bring more interaction to our pages and help get the word out anyways.
Right. So, yeah, I totally agree. And so our personal pages, why they work so well is because they are personal pages. You can still share parts of your life, and that's how it should be. If you want more interaction, you need to be more, personal. Like, this is you. This is my thoughts. These are my quotes, kind of things. Share stuff every once in a while, by all means. I mean, we all have our things that we like to do, and we all run our pages differently. But then sprinkle
Sherry just posted her before and afters.
Yeah. Then sprinkle before and It Works. Sprinkle It Works post into it. Like show that it's a part of your life, but it's not everything. But like for some of us, where we're trying to make this like, our full-time gig, or we have, it's easy to be like, look how easy this is, or this is what I do. Or for those of us that work or whatever, go into the bathroom, I'm on my bathroom break, and hey, I got to talk to somebody. No matter how little it may seem, it is kind of a big deal because people are watching. So, that's all I have about loyals. Sherry, what do you have? Do you have any closing secrets?
Well, if you all come up with
pretty much all my secrets. Well, and I know we didn't really cover this, but when you're signing and being in charge, of their accounts, one big thing, like to give their credit card info over Facebook Messenger. So a lot of times what I do is just get them on the phone and then they can hear too how excited you are about them getting the product, and then you're getting their card info as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, and if y'all have more questions later on, then just put it on the team page or put it in this chat under the Zoom or whatever we're talking about tonight. But no, I thought it was a great training tonight. I think it's good just to focus on the importance of loyal customers, because I think we forget about that. I think we get so focused on, I need to build my team, I need distributors. Well, that's true, but we need the loyal customers. And that's a good reminder, Sarah, of how many LCs switch over to DTs. So
you take care of those loyal customers, like that extra hour to 2 hours of just following up every month with your loyals. Just take a day and just send out messages to your loyals. Just, hey, what's up? Like, how are things going? Like, it makes a difference. The time is worth it. So be nice to your people.
Absolutely. Well, treat them how you'd like to be treated. How would you like people to check in on you and, remind you of things and, talk to you about if things are working and truly care about you? So, all right, well, y'all rock. It's nice seeing all your pretty faces. Thanks, Sarah and Sherry, for doing the training tonight. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Everyone have a great night.
Good night.